There's a lot of negative stuff behind CrossFit, right? And so what we did is we designed a back to basics program. Right, this back to basics program is basically what we see CrossFit. Let's say that there's a pyramid. CrossFit's at the top of the pyramid, and then there's three components. It's individual constituents. So you have building strength, building endurance, and building mobility. And so what we have at CrossFit Salon is we have three separate classes where you can work on them individually. So you work on strength separately, you work on endurance separately, and you work on mobility separately, right? And so these three components, once you have built a nice big base of these three components, what you're going to find is that when you go to CrossFit, it becomes very safe because you've taken time to build the strength and build the movement patterns, right? You've taken time to understand your endurance, understand your stamina, and understand your work capacity. And you've also taken time to focus on your hips, focus on your ankles, focus on your spine, focus on the movement and the mobility of your body. And once you have all of these three components, most of the time what we do is we mandate people to do 1 month of this. But in most cases, people do 3, 4, 5 months of it because that's about how long it takes to build that base big and wide enough so that when you go to CrossFit, you can, 1, enjoy it, 2, you can make it sustainable where you avoid injuries because you can get injured doing anything, right? CrossFit included. But if you do it correctly and you build the base correctly, the likelihood of you getting injured is very low, right? And so our onboarding program is basically the back to basics program. So when people come in, we put them into the onboarding program. It's 1 month, it's mandated. Some people say, hey, I don't want to do it, but they realize very quickly, I'm glad I did this, right? And so it's 30 days. We put you in the back to basics program. So you work on building strength, building endurance, and building mobility individually. And then we also give you a mentor, one of our coaches, will monitor your progress for 30 days, right? We monitor sleep, we monitor nutrition quality and quantity, we monitor stress, and we also monitor your training and see how you're going about doing everything. Because everyone comes in with different goals, different starting points, different pain points, different difficulties. And so for the first 30 days, you're going to have someone literally holding your hand and saying, hey, do this, don't do this, change this, try this, right? And so once you have those 30 days done, those non-negotiables that I was talking about, they're established. So now when you go into your second and third month, you just continue on those non-negotiables, right? If you ever go off track, you know where home base is and where you need to return back to. You have those non-negotiables and they're forever there. If you feel like it's difficult, you can hire that coach back on and say, hey, listen, I need your help for another month. Can you take me on? And so you do another 30 days with this coach. Maybe you can do 60 days. Maybe you just keep the coach forever. Like I like having this guy telling me what to do, right? And so that's how our beginner program is. Anyone that comes in, we don't even allow them to go to CrossFit unless they have CrossFit experience. We say you're going to onboarding program, you're going to do the back to basics program, and we're going to check your sleep, nutrition, and stress, monitor your training for 30 days, and then we're going to tell you how to go about the next 3, 6, 8 months. And that's the thing that we have changed the most over the last couple of years is the structure in which we get people into the gym. Because now people are getting better results and they're enjoying it more. They know what they need to be doing. There's no confusion. You don't come in here like, I don't know what to do. You know exactly what you need to do. You get a consultation, you're meeting your coach all the time, you're checking in, he's pestering you, saying, hey, what's up, how's it going? How was training today? How was food? And that's where I also think we are separating from the field. Really, the people that are going to benefit the most from coming to us are, I would say people between 25 and 44, right? 25 to 45 years old. Mostly men, but I think women are going to start seeing it as something fun, beneficial, right? There's this fear of women, getting jacked by just sneezing. We have this joke, we say, you're not going to sneeze and get jacked. It's so hard to get muscle, right? And so mostly men, some females, that population is growing. People that generally work out in the corporate world, right, that don't have much time to waste, like 2-3 hours in the gym. You come in here, you get your hour, you leave. Also people that also want to enjoy their time outside the gym, right? Because essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a model that allows you to sustain this over a long time horizon. We want you to do this for a long time, right? And so addressing things like alcohol, addressing things like nutrition, addressing things like how to eat on holiday, addressing things like how to manage cravings and all of those things are very important to us, right? Because that's what the people that we serve do these things. And we can't say stop drinking alcohol, right? They're going to go do these things. Instead of like shunning them away, we say, okay, here, this is how you're going to go about it, right? And so people, 25 to 45, corporate world, busy lives, 1 hour a day, they want to look good, they want to feel good, and they want to have long-term positive health outcomes. And those are people that we serve the best. And those are the people that we've helped the most. I think our structure, our processes, our back end, our coaches, for us, impact is everything, creating results is everything, right? And our whole structure is based on creating results. And we don't want a single person walking in here that does not get results, because then we fail. And as soon as that starts happening, we start reassessing and figuring out what can we do to create more results, right? Because, yeah, you know, people want to look good, feel good, move well and all that stuff, but impact is everything. Creating those results are what's going to actually change how people see CrossFit as a whole, right? And so I think what we've worked really hard on in the last, I would say, couple of years is creating a structure, a series of processes that allows everyone that comes into our door to actually get results, right? And we don't want haphazard results. We don't want you come in here and you may get results. We want a structure and a set of processes and a system that when you walk in here, this is what we're going to do for you, this is how we're going to take you through it, and this is our system, and these are the people that it's already created results for, right? And so the more we put people through that system, the more refined it gets, the better we get it, you know, and it's almost like a self-fulfilling thing. It gets better and better and better, and we're always improving. Like we're in the game to become the best, and we're in the game to, you know, like really create results for anyone that walks in here. And so we're constantly evolving and changing what we're doing and improving as well. So I think that's really where we stand out. Most people see training as a means to an end, right? They see, hey, I want to get to this goal, and a lot of times chasing that goal becomes an obsession until the results are not quick enough, and then they fall off, right? And so what I would like to tell people is that your training is the easiest part, right? The 23 hours outside the gym is where you really need to look. You need to look at your sleep, you need to look at your nutrition, you need to look at your stress, right? And those 23 hours are going to do more to dictate your results than the training itself. Because so many people give so much effort, they try so hard, and they get no results. We all know people like this, right? They go in the gym every day, and like they don't change, right? And it's not a lack of effort that's a problem. It's a lack of application of the right things, right? And so the way I like to say it is, you're better off giving a 5 out of 10 effort for 5 years than a 9 out of 10 effort for 5 months. You're going to get way more results. So figure out what's sustainable, figure out what you can do for a long period of time, and get a coach. Get a coach. No one goes to the bathroom and starts cutting their hair on their own, because they don't know how, right? There's so many things you need to learn, right? And so when you want to train, get a coach. They're going to provide the shortcuts. They're going to tell you, hey, you see this thing you're doing? You don't need to do that. Do this. This is going to get you more results. They're going to give you the high leverage options, the options that are actually going to get you the results quicker. And so that's why it's very important to not take this journey on your own. Find a coach. Find someone that knows what they're doing, and find someone that's done it before, that's actually created results. Don't, just take it because the person looks good. The person doesn't have to look good. They have to know how to apply this education, how to apply this knowledge that they have, and look at you as an individual and say, hey, these things that you're doing, you don't need to really do those. I know you feel like you want to do them, but that's not the thing you need to do. This is the high leverage stuff. This is what you need to do, right? And so the coach will provide the shortcuts. So find a coach and figure out something that's sustainable, and you don't have to go hard every day. This is this crazy thing in the fitness industry. You go hard or go home. It's nuts. No one goes hard. Like you go hard, yeah, you go home and you're not coming back, right? Find something that's sustainable.